Welcome to Sip on This. I'm your girl Jules.
Reese's Sweet Whispers.
And this is TRAVOYintheFLESH.
And we are here for our third segment.
Oh!
Yay! Today we have a jam-packed show for you. We're going to be talking about the huge rise in pedestrians being hit by cars in Toronto. And then we have 3 interesting questions that we want to discuss with you guys. So,
Stay tuned. So, if you're not from Toronto, you might not know that apparently we have an issue with hidden pedestrians with cars. It sounds really funny, but it's really not, because people are actually dying because apparently pedestrians either A, don't know how to walk, talk, use their cell phones and not get hit, or people are driving cars and not knowing how to not hit human beings that are walking and moving in front of them. I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about it.
So, since June, about 1,000 people have been hit by vehicles, 540 of which were cyclists. Today alone, there was 2 people hit by cars in 2 different locations, one in the East End, one in the West End.
At the same time.
Same time. So we now are wondering, what is it that's causing such a huge jump in the numbers? So do we need more laws, regulations when it comes to crossing the streets? Do we need more regulations for cars? Do we need more regulations for pedestrians? What is it? What is it that we need?
You ever notice that, okay, this has happened to me many times where I'm crossing the street and it says that I can walk, but then the car is able to make that right turn.
Mm-hmm.
So when I step off the curb, sometimes, I gotta look twice and make sure I don't have to jump back to the curve because this car is ready to hit me to make that right turn, even though I have the right of way to walk. Sometimes it's that the drivers don't have time or even paying attention to see that there's somebody standing here that's going to be crossing the street, or they're trying to make that turn before you even cross the street. So sometimes I would say that it's not really the pedestrian's fault of why they get hit by a car or almost get hit by a car. It's really, I would say, the drivers need to be more cautious. Sometimes it's speed can be an issue as well, or even having impaired driving.
Mm-hmm. The regulations are there for impaired driving. The regulations are there for texting and driving.
Right.
The regulations are there for speeding.
Yes.
So I'm playing the devil's advocate here when I say, what are the regulations for pedestrians crossing the street? What is it? I'm not trying to justify. I'm just saying.
Of course not.
When it comes to people crossing the street, half the time you're listening to music or you're texting. I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of it. So we can say you can't drive and be on your phone, but you can walk across the street and be on your phone. You're not paying attention. You're not looking to see if somebody's turning. You're not looking to see, if there's something there. And mind you, there are drivers who don't check their blind spot.
They do not.
Right?
Yep.
And a lot of it comes from drivers who are not checking their blind spot. Drivers who are in that heated argument or having that heated conversation. No, but that's what it is.
Because you can see the shock
If you are focused on the road, then you are focused on the road. You will not hit anybody.
I think I don't know if the word is find the pedestrian. I do not know if that's a far extreme in my mind. I'm indifferent. But I do.
There's that word again.
That's the word of the day. But I do think that there needs to be some sort of maybe a reprimand, maybe. But there needs to be some sort of accountability. There needs to be some sort of accountability for pedestrians who are just as much at fault for not just getting hit, because that makes me sound, or that sounds ridiculous. But you are also not paying as much attention as the person in the car was paying attention to. So it takes, in this case, it takes 2 people to get hit. At the end of the day, the person who's getting hit and the person who's doing the hitting with a vehicle. I know this is just to answer the question of the devil's advocate. I do not believe a pedestrian should be charged when they're attacked by a moving vehicle.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say it's an attack.
Do you know what a vehicle looks like?
I do.
Do you know?
I drive a vehicle.
Perfect.
I'm cautious when I'm driving.
So do you know that in any situation, at any given time, you're never going to win against that vehicle, right?
No, I understand. I'm not saying that I disagree with you, but again, it comes down to taking accountability and being responsible for your actions. So
Correct.
if you're crossing on a red light and you get hit by a car,
correct, I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
That's
agree.
a completely different thing. But if you get hit by someone who's been drinking or somebody who's not paying attention, which, side note, if it says 40 kilometers per hour, drive 40 kilometers per hour.
Maybe
because
45.
chances are there are kids in that area, right? That's why.
And that's why they
because
put
other
more.
people did. You know
they
me.
put more
You
schools.
said
schools
the magic word. You told me. The children of the future. You know me.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that we need to be more cautious and we need to be more responsible in when it comes to driving, and we need to be responsible.
Just as people in general.
Yeah.
Because again, devil's advocate, if your pit is running around in the middle of the street to get hit by a car, says a little bit about your parenting, I think.
No. When I was growing up, we used to play well, I didn't play. I used to watch people play.
Tell me what sport you used to play.
You play hockey on the street.
Correct.
And when the cars are coming,
somebody else's car.
Yeah.
And you
lose. Right.
Okay.
Right.
So now we're in 2016, and kids can't do that anymore?
Because they can play that on their Pokemon Go.
No, because you see, okay. We are not going to...
Let's not go back to the Pokemon.
No, that's not, because you're saying to me that now because technology is here, kids shouldn't go outside.
I did not say should not. I said they don't go. I said they don't go outside to play hockey in the streets because they have Pokemon Go.
How often have you seen a child really go and play out in the streets anymore? Because now they have whatever game they would play in the street.
Mind you,
they now have that on their video game.
When you live in Brampton, all you have is the streets to play on or the bushes with the coyotes. So,
still, because they're not doing it or they're doing it less, doesn't mean that it shouldn't be available to them.
And should not be safe.
Right?
So
when it says 40 kilometers per hour and you're going 60, it's not a good look. Look in Leaside a couple of years ago, the little girl. How old was she? She was like 6. And she got hit.
It was back to school time, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
back to
those
school
things
time,
are
and she was walking to school, and it was a truck that hit her.
And the other day, the little girl, the bus coming out the school bus,
the 10-year-old girl,
and the zoom, and the car literally brushed her backpack.
But the school bus did not have the sign out saying stop.
Yeah, but look at the speed.
I know exactly.
You see a school bus, sign or no sign, if it's not moving, just stop.
Stop, exactly.
Slow down.
Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Like, that's
like
so
what
ridiculous.
rush are you in that?
That's so ridiculous. Like,
Even with the crosswalk now, the law says that you are supposed to wait until they've completely crossed the street before you move.
Yes.
But how many people are really following those rules?
And they're not.
Yeah,
I can tell you that crossing the street the other day and they see
I don't
me
even
wait.
press the button, so Lord knows.
And
I'm walking. So imagine driving.
So so for example, you don't press the button.
Yeah.
You cross,
Mm-hmm.
and the car keeps going.
Mm-hmm. Well, in my mind, I feel like
who's responsible in that?
In my mind, I feel like you're gonna see me more or see me first before you see the flashing lights. That's how I think about it, because I'm like, sometimes it's bright in the daytime, depending on the direction of where the sun, like, even when I'm driving, like, sometimes you don't even see, like, the red light or the green, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you have to, obviously as a driver, you have to focus.
Right.
But, like, with crosswalks in particular, those yellow lights, sometimes they're just, they're just not it. So I'd rather just stick my hand out, and so they see that I'm walking, or if you're at a distance, you can slow down. Because I just don't feel the lights out, personally. But in that situation, if I do get hit, I would definitely take the ticket.
No, take accountability for your actions.
Right,
so.
because I'm at a place where, by law, by right, this is why it's here. This is when I'm supposed to cross.
Right.
But if I'm not pressing the button to utilize or use it correctly, if I get hit, then it's not necessarily their fault alone.
No, right. And as a driver, when you see a crosswalk, usually
I slow down.
Slow down.
I
because you never know when somebody's just gonna go zoom.
True.
Right?
I definitely slow down.
So. And
I don't even have my license, so I shouldn't even be driving. So I definitely slowed down.
You really want to?
What, are they gonna arrest me?
But in conclusion, to conclude, be cautious. If you're the driver, if you're the pedestrian,
always be alert.
Stay
alert.
Stay safe. All right. So, you're going to the office. What do you wear? What is appropriate for the workforce? What is considered too short, too high, too low?
Not enough.
What? Showing tattoos.
Too much, too little.
Too kinky.
What's appropriate? What's not? I want to talk about it. I had an incident at work where my boss told me that my heels were too high.
Your boss is a male?
Female.
She don't wear heels, does she?
No.
Exactly.
I feel like
that's what it is. When girl.
Okay, so
Talk about it.
Kiki.
Okay, so I've always worked in like administrative or office call center environments.
Right. This is casual.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if it's casual, I still keep it business casual.
Exactly.
At least Monday to Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I feel that I was dressing better than my boss. And my boss had a problem with me looking more professional than she did. And I don't think that's fair because me, I'm the type of person, I like to dress for the job that I want. Mm-hmm. Which was her job.
How we gonna get there?
Right.
So I think that was the problem. I don't think, don't wear like clear heels that are like 20 inches for the, I don't want to be stereotypical, but for the
let's
pole,
just say 6
right?
inches.
But I think you can wear high heels. I think that as long as you dress them appropriate, because sometimes you have on like an amazing pencil skirt and an amazing top, and it will only look good if you're wearing like a high stiletto.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I'm all about fashion. I love clothes. I love to dress up. I love to feel good. And carrying myself well is how I feel good. Yeah. You know? So I don't want to wear flats all the time.
Nope. That's for the gym. That's for the gym or for the walk around the neighborhood.
So, but then again, what do you guys think?
Well, I will start to say, for example, for myself, working in healthcare, I can't show my tattoo. So I have to wear long sleeve shirts at times with my scrubs to cover my tattoos.
But what does your tattoo have to do with your performance?
Because now it's not even to say that. It's now making the... Me?
No. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, because now with the patients and so forth, they don't want them to see that you have tattoos. I guess different people look at tattoos on your bodies as a stereotype. Or they don't feel that maybe you don't know your job because you have tattoos.
Also,
or
depending on the type of care that you do, like the patients mark you by your tattoos, so they don't want people to get too comfortable with said people.
That's true.
But they also don't want them to not be comfortable. So you want to be like basically neutral, almost like when you're a model and it's not about your body size. You're basically the canvas for the clothes.
Right.
It's the same concept.
Because even with the models, they have to cover their tattoos. Tyson Beckford, you'll see pictures and he has no tattoos on his body, but his whole body is a canvas. You understand? But in regards to your situation, I understand and I know how you dress. And I'm pretty sure you're not going to work like you go into the club.
Girl.
And I would say that, like you said, your boss isn't one that wears heels. So maybe they feel that you don't need to be wearing this. And maybe because she doesn't wear heels, she thinks, there's girls out there who will not wear heels and they're comfortable in their flats and their sneakers. And they'll think that it's not appropriate for the office. That's more like, happy hour or after work or going to the club. And again, I want to say that is also something where they can discriminate towards you based on how you're dressing compared to how they dress. And again, we all have our own choices on what we want to wear. So for her to come at you, as long as she can't show you nothing within like the dress, because every job gives you a dress code. And as long as you don't see something that's written in black and white telling you that you are dressing out of their code of conduct, I think she has no right to tell you anything about your attire.
Exactly.
I think, well, as a male who doesn't have to wear heels, although I can wear heels. As a male who doesn't have to wear heels or things of that nature, I at my job, which is not medical and or I work at a collections agency, but that's really relevant in my mind. I feel that at every job, like there's a dress code that everyone has to follow. But I hate the fact that some dress codes are more lenient on one sex than they are on the other.
That's true.
So for my job, how I look at it is, actually not how I look at it. At my job, women can, what I want to say is get away with murder. Basically, all they're not allowed to do is wear spaghetti straps, have too much cleavage showing, have their backs cannot be like no backs, and your skirt has to be like a certain height. But that's like the no.
That's the middle finger. Yeah.
But otherwise, you can wear whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. They recently updated the policy where you can wear tights now as long as you're wearing a shirt that covers up your bum. Okay, men, and this is like an everyday thing. We're not allowed to do anything. We always have to be in dress shoes.
Yeah.
We always have to have on a belt. We always have to have on a dress shirt. Even if we're wearing a sweater over it, we always have to have a dress shirt. Those things cannot, and so basically that's it. Like where can you go from there? Oh, and we cannot wear a polo shirt.
You can't wear polo shirts now?
Did you understand?
Wow, that's a new one.
Yeah. So I find it like it's a twofold for me because I'm just like, well, I don't think whoever wrote these rules respect women because they can do whatever they want and get away with murder essentially, while we have to uphold these very strict Monday to Saturday. I work one Saturday a month. Monday to Saturday rules. And women can do whatever they want. I feel like they don't respect the women that work for them if they're allowing them to just wear whatever they want to wear.
I think
in that same breath, just going back to what you're saying, like at the same time, I'm just like, there are women that come there and they're in, I guess, attire that is, I guess, would be considered inappropriate at your jobs. But I'm just like, at least I respect the fact that these women, as you said, work dress for the job that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work in an agency where you're collecting money, where there is money in the building, and you want to look like that.
Yep.
So it's a twofold thing.
But you know what? Sometimes
I'm not here to police anybody.
No, but you want people to take you serious.
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes people do need these guidelines.
I agree.
They will come with their baggy jeans and dirty t-shirts.
Or the ripped jeans.
Okay, I personally don't feel that ripped jeans are appropriate for any work. Period. That's just my own personal
I love that
opinion.
you have feelings.
And the thing is, I wear ripped jeans all the time.
Outside of the workplace.
Yeah, but outside of the workplace, I don't feel that ripped jeans are appropriate for work.
In the defense of ripped jean wearers to work, i.e. me, I now know, thanks to Friday, I now know that ripped jeans are not appropriate.
I couldn't imagine your ripped jeans.
I think, because they're
I couldn't imagine.
I guess they're a little risque, depending on who's wearing them and where the rips are.
Right.
So, because I know I have a particular pair of ripped jeans where there's a rip, not the ones that would work, but the rip is in a very inappropriate place.
Yeah. I have a few of those. I have one where if I wear it, I have to wear like very thin underwear. Because
that's not sexy.
Yeah. Because then you'll see it, and it's okay. Like, you are allowed to dress how you want, but not for the workplace.
I agree.
So I mean,
I do agree with that. I do.
So this is our favorite segment where we go into conversation about hot topics, and the topic that we're going to be talking about right now is why are females bothered by interracial relationships?
It's not just females.
Okay, so why are people?
Right, everyone's bothered.
Okay, sorry. Why are?
Don't pause it. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, it's okay. We're good.
Everything just bothers him.
Because he
came from
indifferent. Yeah. That's the word for the day. Travoy's indifferent today.
I just feel that we don't need to gender these things. Like, in general, people are bothered.
Oh, my little feminist. Okay, go ahead.
Indeed. Black.
All right.
Feminist.
So, do you want to start this one in the flesh?
Okay, well, personally, I'm not bothered by interracial relationships. I do feel, though, that when people engage in interracial relationships, they feel that there's like a one-up. They have a one-up on people who are in black on black, or black and black, or white and white, or any sort of non-interracial relationship. And yes, you might create these awesome babies, but every baby's awesome because the children are the future.
Indeed.
But I just feel that whenever people engage in interracial relationships, whether it's a black male and a white female, or it doesn't, vice versa. Like, it just does not matter. I feel that one of the two, or the two of them put together, somehow feel that they are superior to everyone else, and it becomes a little bit problematic. Like I said, I'm using the word problematic loosely, because again, I don't care. Like, love is love, and if you want to love who you want to love, like, love them, like, whatever the case is. But for me personally, I just always say to myself, like, well, if a black person is with a white person, what do y'all talk about at night? Like, when Black Lives Matters is on the TV, like, what's that conversation like when you're sitting down in bed at night? Or when there's a white man named Trump about to become president and telling everybody that they should leave America because they're not white, basically? Like, what is that conversation like? So in my mind, I just find it problematic on that aspect. I don't actually essentially care about, like, your love. Like, get your life. Like, handle that. It's just, for me, I just don't understand. And to an extent, and don't take this the wrong way, folks, I don't even really want to understand. Like again, what is bed talk? What is pillow talk? Is it pillow talk? Pillow talk. What is a pillow talk? You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is for me. So I don't have a problem with it per se, but in my mind, like, not why, but like, how? You know what I mean? Like,
I agree to a certain extent.
That's what it is for me.
And I think if you're in an interracial relationship, that you should understand privilege, your privilege, and when those things do come up, you need to remember that you're with someone of color.
It's that part. It's exactly that part. I just don't understand, like, if you're going to engage in an interracial relationship, like, again,
there's nothing wrong with
go do it. Like, live your life, get your life, get everything that you need to get. But, like, I just feel like those conversations do not happen. People do not engage in these conversations because they want to believe that all lives matter, or they want to believe that, oh, well, it doesn't matter that you're
saying that all lives don't matter.
No, see, it's not that they say that, but that's what it becomes, because when you date a person who's not black, as a black person, they automatically now feel that they are a black person, or they have rights and privileges to black lives.
That's true.
Exactly.
And it becomes problematic.
Exactly.
Just because you date a black person does not mean you do not have privilege.
You have equal problems.
Our lives are not the same, and that's when it's like, so at night when we're laying down in bed, like, how, like, what do we talk about?
Do you guys remember when? Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Do you guys remember when Roots came on TV?
Yep.
And there was Emmys going crazy on social media, where it was like a black woman, laying in bed beside her white man, and the caption was, "Now that you just watched Roots, how do you feel laying down beside your partner?" And
like, dead ass.
It's like, it's the same thing where you kind of feel. Do you feel that uncomfortable to say that, you just watched it, you've seen it, and I'm saying that it's two separate things, because this is love, and you can love who you want. But when it comes to social issues and seeing that as a country, we're going backwards to where there's a racial profiling, where our brothers and sisters are getting shot down in the streets.
For no reason.
Our children are getting taken away from us because maybe they don't understand our culture or how we decide to raise our children.
Or because their hair is kinky and they send them home from school. Or they
have braids in, or they have dreads in, or there's so many different things, because now people don't understand, because it's different, I guess, to say the outside looking in, and we just all have to, I guess.
I think understanding.
Yes,
understanding. I don't have a problem with interracial relationships.
Not at all.
I support it. I support love.
Love is love.
But when you're having that conversation, that pillow talk, it should be, okay, so how can I use my privilege to better the situation? What can I do for change? It shouldn't be an uncomfortable situation. If it is an uncomfortable situation, you shouldn't be in that relationship.
Correct. Especially, and I was about to say, because at the end of the day, if you're only concerned about this issue now because you're with a person who's of color, or you're in an interrelationship, then again, the problem still is there. Like, you are the problem.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? How do you feel about those situations, interracial relationships, and privilege, we want to hear about it.
Side note, we didn't even touch base on the fact that, like, why would, no, we're not gonna do that. Hit us up on the live feed. We're gonna bring this back up on the live feed. Yes, we are.
Let's do that.
Where things can be live. Things mean to me. Okay.
Next up,
okay, in today's society, relying on public figures to be role models for your children. How do you feel about that?
Okay, well, first of all, as a public figure, I'm telling you that I'm a fucking awesome role model. Okay?
And you just swore in that sentence.
That doesn't mean I'm not an awesome role model. It means that I swore in that sentence, and I'm still an awesome role model.
I want my children to have me as their role model.
Thank you.
Just say.
That's awesome.
No,
that is awesome
up.
too.
When I graduated from university, I pulled my daughter out of school. And
Did you hear that? She graduated from university. We're not just gonna like skip over that. It happened.
Yeah,
Continue.
no, I took her out of school and I brought her to the campus, and she was so amazed by all the buildings and how big it was
and the other graduates.
all the pictures on the wall, and she's like, "Oh, Mom, can I come here someday?"
You brainwashed
and I
her.
said, "Absolutely."
You brainwashed her.
It's not brainwashing.
It's leading by example.
It's life lessons. It's life lessons to say, anything you want to do in life, you can do it. And
For
if
real.
I'm sitting at home, like you said, doing absolutely nothing, what can I talk to her about? What can I say to her?
How can you encourage, like I was saying earlier, how can you encourage your child to do good in school and do all these things if, one, you haven't done it, or you don't have anything to show that you have gone to school as well? And you know it's hard, and you understand that school can be tough. But as a mother or a father, you would want your, as a parent, you would rather your child to just go ahead and follow in your footsteps and be all that you can be and surpass what you have already done for yourself.
Okay, so I agree with both of you. Let me, and this is not even me playing devil's advocate. I agree with both of you that yes, not just lead by example if we're gonna go that route, but I think there's a piece that's missing sometimes. As people, male or female, I think that there's a part that we're missing. There's a piece that we're missing, and I feel that we. So, for example, and again, my mom, Brenda, for those of us who know,
Shout out to Brenda.
As long as I've known her, she's been in school, or she's been working with cases. To actually almost to a fault, to be honest. But I'm still awesome, so clearly it wasn't that much of a fault. But she was at school all the time, and I watched her get diplomas and certificates and all these things. And though I'm in university now, it's not necessarily somewhere I want to be, but I'm there because I actually want to be there, and I like it. But like our parents, we're about the same age. Our parents had the opportunity to go to school. There are other people who did not have the opportunity. So when you say lead by example, there are some parents who did not have the opportunity to go to school, but still will tell their kids, go to school.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and it's not to say that they can't tell their kids go to school, but again, the situation is different, or the circumstance is different. So when you say lead by example, sometimes I'm just like, I agree, but there is that gray area where they can't lead by example because they did not have the opportunities that we had. You know what I'm saying? So like, for people who come here now, or who are moving let me not say the Syrians, but like for newcomers in general, who are coming from places where they don't have the opportunity, or they did not have the opportunity to get educated or get an education, them telling their kids now go to school, it's okay that they didn't go to school. They're literally trying to set up their kids for a better life. So when you say it like that, how you both are saying it now, no offense, I'm not reading.
No.
I feel like you're not looking at the situation or looking at the big picture.
But when your parents are telling you to go to school, they're letting you know that they're working as hard so that you can have the opportunities that they didn't have.
Exactly.
Right? So,
which you did not say.
So
this is why I brought it up.
Exactly.
Which you did not say. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. Now we're talking about that as well.
That's the part.
So,
that's the part.
For example,
but now, for our kids in this generation, they need to see you do something because it's a different.
No, they actually just need to read it on Google. And then they'll believe it. We made it! You made it! We're at the end. You've sat here this long. Thank you. Much appreciated from all of us.
Thank you
Again, this is From One the Flesh.
Reese Sweet Whispers and
Jules.
Any comments, anything that you want to discuss on the show, please feel free to let us know. We like to hear comments. We like to hear ideas. We're open to feedback.
Oh, and new edition, if you want to sit with us so that you can sip with us, hit us up and let us know, and we'll have you here, and we can sip and sit together.
And the question for our live feed.
Oh, we're live feeding again. If you missed the last one, you're tacky.
The last one was
Friday,
awesome.
It was great.
We had almost, I think, the following morning we had about 300 views.
300 of you people like us?
Yeah, right now I think we're probably at like 4 something.
Follow me on Snapchat then.
Yeah. So the question for our live feed, the big question is...
No, you say it, because I'm actually heated about it. Like, this is just foolishness. Like, this is ridiculous.
All right. So the question, well, it's not really a question, but we're posing it out there.
As a question.
How do
you feel?
you feel about friends who have a fight or disagreement, or they stop being friends, and then they start airing their friends' dirty laundry on social media, or just putting it out there?
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah. How do you feel about it? We're gonna have a conversation.
And please, when you answer this question, think about being the friend who's airing out the friend's business, because a lot of people are like that. And also think about being the friend who's not airing out the other person's business while the other person is airing out your business.
Also, we want to hear about those who have had that happen to them as well. To say that you've been one who has had your business aired out by another person. How does that make you feel? Just so that the other petty people out there can see that how it makes another person feel.
Well, we all know how you guys feel now about the situation.
Let me share.
You guys want to share anything? You know,
nope.
Let's save it.
We'll save that for the live feed.
For the live feed.
So tune in for the live feed.
So, thank you again for tuning in to sip on this. We're sipping.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.